Hello, hello. We need a drastic school reform. So when Hillary Clinton is elected, things are gonna be shifting. And so those are among the first things that will happen. A complete school reform. The subjects that are being taught have to be reformed. We need to take religion completely out of schools because they make people crazy and violent. And we need to teach people ethics. We need to teach ecology. We need to teach taking good care of the animals and the forests and the oceans. This is the most important thing. And once this happens, and so once these subjects are taught for the next 10, 15 years and hopefully forever, we will see in the next generations, we will see a drastic improvement in people, even in those who do not have very powerful, mature souls, for those even who have baby souls. Okay. Even those will be helped and they will be held psychologically and they will be caught in that network. They will not fall through the grid of bad schools and bad curricula and bad subjects that are taught, and all this horrible religion that just makes the ego so much worse. So things will get so much better for the whole world, including for those who don't see their immediate gratification in it for themselves or for their bank accounts or for their own pleasure gratifications or whatever, or the corporations who, profit on people's religious mindsets and their dependency and their unempowerment. We will see a drastic improvement on all levels for all people, including those who right now want to see the old ways, want to see people dependent. Even those will later on look back and say, oh yeah, I'm glad this happened. I'm glad people have been educated in ethics and caring and love for all life. They will see it, they will look back on it, and they will be glad that this happened. Because it is like the ocean, coming into a coral reef. You don't know exactly where it comes from. It seems to be coming from underneath the water. And that is the same with the love that is being taught. The love will be everywhere. Every little creek and crack will be filled with that. Little by little, it will saturate itself. All these crannies and creeks and dips will fill first and heal, and then the water table will rise, the water table of love. And then things will heal and people will make better decisions. And we cannot turn the clock back in making the ocean level not rise. That we cannot do, okay? But we will not make any more, we will not create any more horror. We will make a U-turn in terms of environmentalism. We will use solar power, the sun, look at the light the sun creates. Look at this energy that it creates in the leaves of the trees, Better and better solar panels are being developed that resemble leaves that create amazing amount of energy on very short surfaces, and it will be the energy source of the future, where robots will live on sunlight. The robots will say, "Let me get my food," and they will sit in the sun for a few hours, maybe just an hour, and then they will say, "Okay, I got my share of sunlight. I recovered, now I can go back to work, mowing your lawn, or clipping your hedges, or cleaning up dog poop, or cleaning up your kitchen, or being your companion, or doing good for the world." So that's the future. Let's embrace it. And also what I wanted to say is very, very important. I see so many people hurt, and some people have said it directly to me. I had a friend who said she feels shame, and out of this shame she felt like she needed to hurt someone with words, or even, I don't know. She said that she has been violent in the past. I'm not going to get into the details of it. So, and out of this shame, and all these predator people, particularly men, predator men who do a lot of harm to life, out of shame, So this doesn't have to happen. It doesn't need to happen. When we get the school reform, these people will be educated in the truth, and then they can no longer believe that they can hide themselves behind a religion. They can no longer, their egos cannot do it anymore, so they will no longer identify themselves with their religion and take terrible offense when someone lives a different lifestyle, a better lifestyle. And this is what I wanted to talk about for many, many days. I've been thinking about this. When and I see it with family members, I see it with people I talk to on the internet all the time, that they're very bitter about someone who's successful, like they're bitter about Donald Trump or Melania or Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton and Chelsea and Ivanka and Al Gore and Pamela Anderson, so many people, who are out there and who are doing good and who are successful and who are kind and strong and who stand against the current also of social norms and who are not playing along with some fad games or something, And so I see so many people jealous of them, and so many people they feel this jealousy of these people, and they feel it as a hurt to their own ego, when they see someone who is more successful, who is stronger minded, who has more of themselves to live with, who is not dependent on other people's opinion, someone who has a backbone, someone who has what they don't have, beauty or money or intelligence or education level, or just plain brilliancy, So there are a few brilliant humans on this planet, and many of them are kind and caring, and they are contributing to make the world a better place. I personally, I am extremely grateful that those people exist. I don't understand how someone can try real hard in the obscurity of their own, behind their computer, try real hard to figure out a way to justify themselves with making them somehow look bad to themselves, so that then they can sort of, the ego can out-trick them and say, haha, see, I figured out something. I got them. They are, here, I got some weakness, so I got them, or I got, I figured they have some kind of liver spot, or they have whatever, or they have the wrong shoe color on, or they use the wrong email server, or even though it was legal at that time, but well, those are the corporations, but I'm talking about like the individual people who feel low of themselves and who feel shame, and when they see someone brilliant, it's such a contrast to their own lives, particularly to those people who have murdered people. And by people, I mean murdered other living beings, animals and humans. So, and there are many of those out there. And someone who's brilliant does not murder. Someone who's super intelligent and successful and brilliant does not go out there shooting another living being. And all this contrast, it seems to put these people to shame, and it makes them feel inferior, and then they get mad at the people who are brilliant just for being there, just for being brilliant and happening to be in the news and happening to show up on their tablet or computer monitor, and making them feel ashamed involuntarily. They don't even know you. They make you feel ashamed because you see a contrast. But instead of opening yourself up to the truth, you withdraw more and more into your anger. You hurt more and more life. And then you feel more and more shame and inferiority. And then you feel the need to hurt more and more and more. And you feel the need to shoot them. And you collaborate against them. And you spend days and days and days collaborating, trying to find fault with them. For example, Teal Swan, perfect example. A brilliant woman who's trying to make the world a better place. But there are women out there who are so utterly jealous of this woman, so utterly they feel so paled next to this Teal Swan, and they feel so dwarfed, and they feel so much shame, comparing themselves to her. And that's why I make videos, because I see all of this. I think this is incredibly sad. It doesn't need to happen. It doesn't need to happen. There's no need for this. And that's why I make videos, because you don't need to be jealous. You don't need to do this. You don't need to compare yourselves to those people. Why? Start asking questions. Start using the word why a lot. Why is this? Why? Ask the question to yourself. Why? Why, Armando? Why Jose? Huh? Why Camilla? Why all of you? I'm just using random names. Why are you doing this? Why? Why Lucille? Why, whatever their names are, Pat? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to yourselves? Why do you want to put yourselves into this position to yourself, in front of yourselves? Why not ask the questions? Why not ask much better questions, like Tony Robbins, what he's always saying? It's about the questions you ask yourselves. Ask yourself better questions. Ask, why am I doing this? Why do I feel this way? What caused me to feel this way? Why? Why can't you be grateful that those people exist? Why do you have to compare yourself with them? Why do you have to measure yourself to them? I recently saw a weightlifter who said he was doing this for his own health, with the weightlifting and the muscle gain and all of it. He feels much stronger now and happier and healthier. And he said he could never have done that if he had started to compare himself to other people, to the other people who have more muscle, who have been more advanced in this way. So constantly measuring themselves, with muscle magazines or something. Oh, she has more, he has more. It's like, so the same applies to intellect. The same applies to psychological development and working on yourself, to self-empowerment, or to healing, or fashion, or haircuts, or independence, or whatever it is. So why do you compare yourself? I see it in people in my own family. Why do you compare yourselves with someone else? Why do you have to have this image about yourself or this other person? Why does the other person have to be forever the patient? Why does the other person has to be the psycho, or the lunatic, or the clown sister, or whatever they want, black sheep, or whatever? Why does the other person have to be always dependent on your support? Why does the other person have to be? Why can't the other person catch up intellectually? What does it do to you when that happens? Why do you have to have an image of the other person? What does that image give you? How does your ego profit from that image of the other person? Why can't you be happy for the other person when happiness happens to her or him? Why this measurement all the time, measuring? One guy said to me, I said, why are you so mean to me? Because you made me feel like a loser, he said. And I was really, really startled about that statement, because never in infinity would I want someone to feel like a loser. It's the opposite. What I'm trying to do is the opposite. I want people to empower themselves, to feel like they are winners, not losers. I want you to start thinking. I want you to start to ask questions to yourselves and other people too. Question everyone. Question authorities. Question all. The Dalai Lama too. He should question people, he should question himself, people should question him. We should all question each other, and we should find out, why are you doing this? Why did you turn your back on the whales or the dolphins in Taiji? Why did you do this? What do you want? What do you expect? Why do you want to have the Japanese government on your side? Why do you want to do this? Why can't you say the truth? Why are you so afraid to lose your customers and your clientele? Is this more important than life? All these questions. Why do you feel unempowered? Why do you feel like why do you feel jealous of someone? Why do you feel shame when someone knows more than you do? Why don't you go and read books and know more as well? And no one stops you from reading books. No one put you into a dungeon without books. Okay? You put yourself in a dungeon. You put yourself in a dungeon when you do violent video games and violent porno films or porno games or whatever you're doing. Violence, always violence, always, it's always connected to lashing out. And always this illusion of thinking you're in charge when you're doing it. And it couldn't be further from the truth, because it is exactly the opposite. It makes you more and more unempowered, and it makes you feel more and more shame. So because the inner child knows that this is completely going in the wrong direction. So why don't you just stop right now? Right here and right now, where you are sitting behind your computer, all of you super predators, all of you criminals, why don't you stop what you're doing that put you where you are right now, and start doing things that will get you out of that prison, the literal prison and the mental prison, and both. Get out of this. Get out of that mindset. And ask yourself, why can't I be grateful for Hillary Clinton or Bill Clinton or Barbara Boxer or Teal Swan or Eckhart Tolle? Why can't I be grateful that those people exist? That those people are going through hell and through the tunnel and come out at the other end, and they go through unimmeasurable ordeals to understand you and to help you empower yourself, to make your life better, to help you, not to shame you. Look at it from that perspective. Pull yourself out of this incredible unempowerment, and stop all violence right now. Stop it all right now. Never do any more violence. Never think any more violent thought. Instead, let the real feeling that's underneath the anger, let that surface. Don't be afraid. Let it up. Let it flow. And then things will heal by themselves. I promise this to you, okay? You guys take care. Bye.